we must deliver this message to the teachers that English is not a responsibility. This is not only for the English teacher, but everyone is responsible for this. And this, when we talk about ASL and other things, how we can do this, we are giving an idea. How you have to apply it, that's on you. So this is assessment of speaking, listening skills, we are combining with this. Then now this paradigm, this is situation today. Earlier, we were learning English for what? Oh yes, I know English. I can read newspaper.
To know the English.
Okay,
yeah.
that was the idea. But now today, are you seeing this blue circle, 82%? What it says?
I like to talk and travel.
I like to talk and travel international.
Yes. Feel importance.
Right, because the time has come like this, that it's a globalization.
Yeah.
Everything is there. Nothing is far away. So why do you learn English? Why do you want to learn English? Because I have to see these international things. Yes. I have to watch BBC. Things are there.
Definitely.
Earlier it was just Doordarshan. So we were confined to that cocoon and thinking of, oh, that's the word. But now things have opened up. But to understand them, you need to have English. So that's the idea, that we have to convey to students that why you should learn English. And the idea is this, you have to learn English for what? So you could become an international person, a global citizen. Then content and language integrated learning. CLIL stands for Content and Language Integrated Learning. It refers to teaching subjects such as science, history and geography to students through a foreign language. This can be by the English teacher using cross-curricular content, or the subject teacher using English as the language for instruction. So English teacher, yes, English teacher is teaching, that is his job, that is his full-time job to concentrate on English. But the science teacher is also
supposed to involve themselves.
Yes. So science teacher is also using English. Yes. So no harm that if science teacher is also observing a child, that how child is using English. So that is ASL is the responsibility of each and every one.
Yeah.
With this idea, we can somewhere project that don't go with ASL something like this that CBSE has given you. It is something imbibed.
It's just like the corporate and 360-degree approach.
Yes, and we have to do it by all means.
Yeah.
And now, as I was talking to you earlier, that we have to connect them to theory. They know, they are practically they are doing every day, and they are talking to students. But somewhere they have forgotten the theory which they read in their B.Ed and when they were doing MA English or something like this. So what is this? That every, say, language, so many languages are there.
Yeah.
See, there is obligatory language and content compatible language. Means rather I should say that every subject is having, say, content obligatory language.
Parts, yeah.
If you have to study maths, then plus, minus.
That is obligatory.
That's the obligatory.
Yeah.
Yes, under root.
Yes.
This is the obligatory things.
And this is Boltzmann's formula also, that is compatible.
Yes, and whatsoever is in general, that is compatible. That is compatible. So we are talking about language. So in English itself, we have two things. That is what? One is obligatory, related to a particular subject,
Context. Yeah.
context, and other is the compatibility.
With align the subjects.
And that is common.
Keep
Correct?
changing
Yes. Yes. So now, when we'll be doing, say, some our say mathematics and other things, at that time we'll be discussing this. But vis-a-vis English, strategic teaching, we just have to make them clear that it is content obligatory and this is compatibility.
Yeah.
And we have to train the child in both.
Yeah.
So when the science teacher is taking a class, at that point of time, science teacher is of course taking care of the particular words when the child is supposed to use in science class. But apart from that, the science teacher can assess the child, can observe the child, can help the child in compatible language also.
And this is just like, sir, this is just like obligatory means just like the functional grammar, and compatible means that is just like literature.
Right.
Two parts are there.
Right.
We can use.
Correct.
Basically, we are using only these two parts in English.
Right.
As an English teacher, that is literature, and as a tuition teacher, that is the grammar functional.
So, we are calling it content and language integration.
Integration, correct.
Without content, language cannot be used. That's why language can be assessed by each and every person over there in the school system, at home. Because whenever you are using language, you are using, you are discussing something.
Everything starts at home first of all.
Yes.
Then it goes to school and after that everywhere.
Right. So this is the integration of your content and your language abilities.
Correct.
Sometimes what happens that you have very good content in your mind, but in the boardroom you are not able to speak.
Yeah. We are not able to integrate.
Inefficiency.
Right?
Yeah.
Language inefficiency.
Yeah,
Language, deficit.
Yeah, deficient.
You have good ideas, but you are not able to express them. So you have to have good contents as well as presentability of those.
Yes.
Only then you can, become a psychomotor, a complete psychomotor. That language, a foreign language, it's a hard skill. Everybody, if you have to learn English, you learn English intentionally. Hold on.
Both.
Hold on.
Also a soft skill also.
See, it is intentionally being learnt.
Yeah.
Right? Intentionally, you have to go to a school or you have to do yourself, whatsoever you do.
Correct.
I can speak English, that's fine.
Yeah.
I can speak Hindi also.
Yes.
Right? Hindi by virtue of my birth and English by virtue of my work. Environment, my work means it's not only environment. I have worked on that.
Yeah.
I have worked on that. But suppose somebody says speak Arabic.
Yeah.
Can I understand them? No. So soft skill is something which could be quickly adjusted.
Yeah.
But hard skill is something for which you have to work. A sustained work you will have to put in. Okay? So in communication is a very big thing. It's a very big canvas. But language skill is just 10% of the communication skills.
Yes. Just like an iceberg.
Right?
Yes.
So communication is a very vast area and language skill is the hard skill, which is the just 10% of that.
Yes.
Without language skills, you can also make them people understand you and you can understand them. But still, if the language is there, you understand them better.
Yeah.
You make them understand better,
That's true.
faster.
Yeah, faster.
Right? So somewhere we take it like this, that our linguistic skills are hard skills and our communication skills are the soft skills. Here in that direction, when we are talking about content and language integration, we are seeing, you see this, it is saying say communication. It is saying communication in between. First of all, what we have, say we have content.
Yeah.
We are talking about a particular topic. That's a content. And then the cognition is there.
Understanding of the concept.
Cognition means desired thinking, means skills to solve the problems. It means some kind of understanding we have already with us.
Without understanding, there is no communication at all.
Right.
Feedback should be there.
Right. So content is one thing that we are, at this point of time, we are talking about content and language integration.
Yeah.
This is the content. But about this, we have already some understanding with us.
That's true.
Without this, you cannot speak at all. Alright?
Yeah, that's true.
So what do we need for this communication? Complete communication? We need content, we need cognition. Okay? And the culture is going to
Impact this
Ye-
conversation.
Yes, the impact of culture would definitely come over there.
Correct.
Some people speak English, you see the accent of their English
Yeah,
is
definitely.
totally different.
And here will
They are
be-
not wrong.
Yeah.
They are not wrong. Their English is correct.
That's true.
But their way of speaking is a bit different.
That we call MTA, mother tongue influence. Definitely.
Mother tongue influence.
Yeah.
So the native speakers, they speak, the way they speak, probably somewhere at first sight we won't be able to understand.
Yeah, that's true.
But the adaptability is there.
Yes, adaptability is there.
So for that, adaptability comes from where?
Yes.
From the cognition side.
Correct.
Yes, our brain side. The content will remain same.
Yes.
You have to adjust.
Yeah.
So that cognition is going to work.
Yes.
So this content, cognition and culture are going to impact your communication.
Correct.
Yes.
That's true.
So this is the communication when we talk about communication. So communication is generally taken as a soft skill. So somewhere we have to correct them that the languages are not like this that you can learn in a day.
Yeah, definitely. That's true.
For that you have to put
Work hard
a
smartly.
sustained work over there.
yes.
And wherever you have to put sustained work, maybe you are getting a certificate for that or not.
Yeah.
So here this portion when we were talking about content and language integration, and this is somewhere going to soothing the English teachers over there.
Yes, that's true.
They have a big burden on their head.
Correct.
If the child is not speaking properly, the science teacher says, I don't know what English teachers are doing.
Yeah,
Arey Baba, what are you doing? You are also English medium school teacher,
You're also
and
doing
everything is to be communicated in English, and if some mistake is coming from the child side,
Correct.
you can correct
You're
it.
supposed to correct. Yes.
Yes, you are supposed to.
You're supposed to.
So this is something that then communication comes when it's a mixture of content, our cognition, our culture, and then communication comes. Communication here I'm talking about linguistic communication. You know, I'm not talking about say non-discursive actions. So you know, we lose the assertiveness.
Yes, that's true.
We lose the confidence if our body language is not matching our words.
Yes.
That is very important. So English, when we talk about English, it is communication, and this is the you know commercial here in India.
Yeah.
It's a commercial communication. You have to have it,
Yes.
and there is no harm that if you are using good English and through that you are understanding people from outside.
Yes.
So this is now, is it fine?
Yeah.
Can we proceed to? Now, my suggestion to the teachers, of course it is resisted. So far it is resisted. English teachers are resisting and subject teachers are resisting. What I'm asking them, that you have say 20 marks ASL.
Yeah.
Okay? You prepare for that. So ASL you conduct the way CBSE is telling you, asking you. But for the sake of preparation, why don't you involve these subject teachers? Why don't you give them say 20% marks is there in ASL? I give you 5 marks out of 20 marks. 5 to all subject teachers.
Yes.
You give out of 5. You give, say 4 teachers have given, so out of 20, I divide it by 5. So I get the average. Say I'm English teacher, you are science teacher, mathematics, social science. I'm supposed to do ASL.
Yes.
But I'm taking your help, that you have 5 marks with you. If you find the child speaking very well, you give 4 out of 5.
Yeah.
And then you give me the list, then you give me the,
You will take the average.
yes, and I will give the credit.
Yes.
I will give the credit to the child
Yes.
of speaking good English,
Yes.
communication, better communication in your class, because that I want.
Yes.
My purpose as an English teacher is that the child should speak in life, in real life,
Everywhere.
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 Yes, in life. So real life, what is real life? The science class is the real life.
Real life.
So this way, when the child is taking some example to make me clear something about air,
Definitely.
I'm an English teacher, the child is explaining me, taking advantage of his science teacher's teachings to him, so he is using in the real life.
Yes, that's true.
Okay?
Real
So this way,
life.
the English teacher's job is not only to, you know, concentrate on the child itself, but the English teacher's job is to concentrate on the atmosphere. She's supposed to create that kind of atmosphere where the kids could be freely
Yes.
use it and you know, learn. Let them do some mistakes, that's fine. But if the science teacher is also there and they know, let the child know that he is being observed in science class also for English.
Yeah, that's true.
Then the child would be sticking to, otherwise they will start in their mother tongue.
And multidisciplinary assessment is the best example of learn, relearn and unlearn.
Right.
But
Unlearn.
this also and
Very good.
this also.
Very good.
To south, we are going to extreme northeast. We need to speak English, otherwise they won't be understanding our language.
Right. So you know, that's why this is further. It is saying that language skills, speaking, listening, reading, and writing, and of course, say presentation and interpretation. That is also important things. So this way, this is NCF 2005. I just show the slides to them. We don't discuss much on that. Then you know, the part of activity comes in when we talk about, okay, let's do some activity, because this is a 40 minutes module. I conduct for say 3 hours, so four modules were there, so 40 minutes each. So 20 minutes we can save for say this kind of discussion, something. So here, you know, this is the work activity you are seeing. This work activity is for class 4. This is English. But what we are going to discuss over here? Preamble.
Of India.
Preamble,
Preamble.
which is coming from civics.
Yes.
Content.
Yeah.
So what we are discussing? We are discussing here the content and language integration. And content and language integration gives you a room where you can make responsible others also for this particular thing. If you are saying only language and language and language,
This makes sense.
it doesn't make any sense. So content and language integration is the most important thing for an English teacher.
Yeah.
So this way, we have taken this example that 4th class English we are doing, and here we are doing preamble of Constitution and this, and then this we also show. So topic 5 minutes plus 3 minutes for clarification, and say introduction 1 minute. When we talk about 1 minute introduction, it is very difficult to speak for 1 minute for yourself.
Yeah, definitely.
You don't know yourself.
That's true.
I'm this, and
This class.
and this.
After 30 seconds, maybe all one.
Yes, it's very difficult.
That's why there's
So here, the child is required to be trained in telling about himself,
Yes.
herself. So that kind of training is there. Of course, they are not going to do in a day or two. In course of time they would do,
Practice, yeah,
right?
practice.
But at the time of assessment, that is just 1 minute you have.
Yes.
Correct? And some students would get that well versed with this idea that they require 10 minutes to introduce themselves.
Yes.
Forget about 1 minute.
Yeah.
And they are speaking meaningfully. So this is 1 minute for introduction, and then topic 5 minutes topic, 3 minutes clarification. So I have taken, because it is connected to content and language integration, so here I have taken this preamble I was showing you.
Yes.
So preamble where we have failed. Okay, where we have failed. Number 2, green energy. Number 3, number system. Number 4, commercialization of sports. So here you are seeing I have taken from social science, I have taken from science, I have taken from mathematics, I have taken from sports. Because content,
Yeah. Content is
that we have to make them realize that English teacher is not only for saying English.
Yeah.
Means English teacher somewhere is for the atmosphere, for the environment. If you are able to create that environment, then you are an English teacher. Otherwise just a subject.
He just a subject teacher.
So English teacher's responsibility is very big, and he cannot or she cannot deliver until unless she ropes in other teachers.
That's true.
Okay, other people,
That's true.
even the parents, understanding? Even the driver, the bus driver.
Yeah, definitely.
And then marking instructions, you're seeing this.
Yeah.
So what we have to check in this? We have to check communication skills. We have to check, say, grammar. We have to check lexis, say, vocabulary, and phonology. Pronunciation. These 4 items are there. And here, improvement area to be decided on the basis of grades given. On getting A and B, no area is desired to be improved. That is fine. The child is doing very well. Yes, if he gets A and B. And A and B is where? It is here. On C, one key area to be marked for the improvement, that may be CS, that may be CS means communication skills, grammar or lexis or phonology. And on D, 2 key areas to be marked. Now on showing, this is on showing educate listening skills, right? Yes. Listening skills, of course, there is a big 40 marks paper also, that you have listened some speech and now you have to give answers, MCQ, blah, blah, blah.
Yeah.
So, here we have what we are talking about, that if the child is able to understand you, you say yes.
Yes, that's true.
Correct. So now, see, this is the example here, report card, name. I have taken one example, Roshni. And this class is 9th. Now speaking skills, what it says, introduction. Roshni,
Introduce us.
she has given her introduction, and she got C.
Okay.
She got C.
Natural.
Yeah. And then now she is supposed to be improved in
2 areas.
One
area.
area.
Okay, D is 2 areas.
D for 2, yes. So here we are seeing that out of this 4, any one to be. That is anyone that teacher has to decide.
Yes.
Okay.
Which it has to be
Right.
taken into consideration.
So this is part about introduction.
Yeah.
Then we talk about topic. Now they have started topic. When they are talking about this all things.
So content is relevant and
So
all that.
yes. So I'm going to give you one example also. I'm going to show you a clip, and there you will be able to understand a bit. So topic, the person, suppose any 2, suppose the person gets D, here Roshni is getting D. So now 2 areas to be improved. And then answering the question.
Yeah, definitely.
You know, you can present something that you have already prepared. You have been preparing for say two days or 3 days, and now you are well versed. You have almost crammed it, and flawlessly you are delivering. But once the questions are coming up.
So sense or nonsense should be met.
Yeah, and at that time you have to maneuver. At that time you have to readjust your position.
Yes, your position.
And then nobody knows that what kind of question is about to come.
Yes.
A volley of questions are there.
Yes, that's true.
And what's a good presentation? Which leaves no space for question at all.
Question at all.
A good presentation is what? Which leaves no place for
Yeah.
For the questions.
the questions. But yes, if there are questions, you know, we must address them.
In management we call it sir, the presentation means explanation with answers, automatic.
Right.
So that there is no question at all.
So means the presentation is very important.
Yes, very important.
It's very important. Sometimes content, you may have less content, you may have say limited knowledge, but if your presentation is good, at least you can, you know, handle the show.
Yeah.
And after that, you know, diplomatically you can simply say that rest of the portion, once let me go to the facts, I'll come back to you.
Yes.
That is also part of presentation.
Yes, that's all over.
Yes. Instead of cutting a sorry figure,
Correct.
you are doing it diplomatically.
Yes.
And you are, you know, making your audience understand this all. And then say, when we talk about listening skills, here we are doing this yes or no. So this way they do.
Yeah.
They do in the, say, in the seminar itself.
Yeah.
In the seminar itself.
Yes.
So now, rest portion, let me show you rest of the portion, then we will just move to the seminar. I have a clipping. So this we have already done. We were here. Now, because we are connecting this, because ASL and other things are there. So this is assessment of speaking listening skills. Ultimately we have to zero in on our CCE. So this is all critical listening.
Yeah.
So when we say critical word, we take critical as a criticizing. Okay, we have to criticize. No, it's not. Critical means important. Yeah, that's the main thing. So critical means important, and this is something, you know, maybe once you will be having this presentation with you, you can see it at leisure. I just took it from somewhere. Then this is 5 tips to improve English speaking skills. This I share with them, and they see it, because at that time we don't have that much time and to go through this all. And this is all ASL facts.
Yes.
They know it, but still we show them.
Yes.
Okay, if any question comes, and so we answer something like this. And this is the marking scheme. So this we show them, and this way it ends.